Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, I've really been thinking lately, and this is something we never have looked into, was Queen Elizabeth psychic? You know, she seemed to never make the wrong step. I mean, obviously, she may have, like around Diana's death and whatnot, she was doing royal protocol, but then, stepped into the role of ex-mother-in-law, basically. But really, other than that, she always seemed to know exactly what to do and when, and she was such a fantastic judge of character. And it was when Catherine was pregnant with Charlotte when the Queen changed the line of succession, so it's date of birth and not gender, right? Did she know that Catherine was pregnant with who we feel will eventually become Queen Charlotte? And that's going to be my next reading. We've got her 10th birthday coming up. And I'm going to ask around that, around will she be queen? More so than, what's going on in her life right now. But we'll see what the cards say. But anyways, I've got the Wizards tarot on the tarot table. I want to find out, is Queen Elizabeth psychic? Was she psychic? And or did she just have such a strong spiritual connection as head of the Church of England that she really just trusted in her intuition and guidance? But it just, to me, it's just really starting to make me think. So did she know that Charlotte was coming and Charlotte would be very much like her? Let's find out. Was Queen Elizabeth psychic? Was Queen Elizabeth psychic? So we'll be looking for High Priestess, the Star. Cards are ready. Even Queen of Swords, because swords are words. Ace of Cups in reverse. Well, she didn't rely on her emotions a lot. That else could be a no. Oh, look at that. The Hermit as a wizard. As a wizard. If she did, she kept it to herself. She honestly, this isn't taking anything away from her. This is just what she was. She wasn't a very emotional person. She wasn't very touchy-feely, which is really interesting because most Earth people are. Touch is very important to them. Right? There's ways we interact with the earth, with the world. Some are visual, some are sound, it's through our senses. And one of them is generally stronger than most. Like my husband interacts with touch. I interact with vision. I have photographic memory kind of thing, and he doesn't. But to him, temperature and the feeling of something is very important. So I'm getting that she was like this as well. Page of Pentacles. Maybe this is telling us more so when she was younger. She would have been a Page of Pentacles, right? The Chariot in reverse. And, oh, look at that. Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, I'm getting that she was when she was younger, and perhaps an older male helped her with that, helped her bring out her gifts. So perhaps her father, apparently he was, quite a sensitive person, and that's why he had his stuttering. Could have been an uncle, grandfather, somebody, an older gentleman helped bring it out. Look at this, even looks like, a fairy kind of, talking, looking at your gifts that you have. But as she got older, it looks like, no, I'm almost getting that she shut it down. Wow, the Tower in reverse. You know what? I think she shut it down. Nine of Swords. I think she became anxious that somebody would discover it. That's what I think would happen. I think as a young girl, Eight of Swords. Well, plus, a queen can't be psychic. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. So as responsibilities were thrust upon her, I think she was anxious that people would find out about her abilities. And I'm getting that because swords also is in your mind. I think in her mind she shut them down. She does have the Queen of Swords here in reverse. So I'm going to say that she did at one point and then shut it down with the Tower here. She was like, I can't let people know that I have this. So perhaps her secret died when her father died. Maybe her father recognized that in her and helped bring it out in her. And then when her father died, when she became queen, he died with her secret. I think she kept it secret. A Page of Cups in reverse. She always knew when bad news was coming. She always that was her thing. Was bad news. She knew when bad news was coming. Six of Pentacles. She may have freely given out information, but never said it was psychic information, just made it sound like it was, good advice. And the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. I'm going to say, there she is, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And that's the manifester. The Queen of Pentacles is the master manifester. A lot of people say the Magician is the manifester. Yes, that's true. The Magician does manifest, but the Queen of Pentacles is the master manifester. There she is. So I'm going to say that she was, and she kept it very well hidden. With this Seven of Pentacles in reverse, this gaslighting card, this confusion, illusion, she gave the illusion of a very serious person, very serious side of earth signs. That they really weren't touchy-feely right here. But she hid that from the public very well. Like, I think even some of you might be shocked to think, well, of course she wasn't psychic. And I think she was a master manifester. I think there's some parts of her, look at this, Ten of Pentacles. This was passed down. This is genetic. She has something genetic, and I wonder if William has it as well. This was passed down. I think she was I think she did the law of attraction a lot, and so that could be some of her what people would call psychic abilities. But she just would be able to attract as much as she wanted. I think that's how she got Philip, which is sometimes be careful what you ask for. Right? She met Philip when she was 13, and she decided then and there that he was going to be her husband against her father's wishes. But this is a genetic inheritance that she has. Page of Wands in reverse. Three of Wands upright. Oh, there it is, the High Priestess. That's what I was looking for. Death in reverse. She knew when she was going to die. I'm wondering if there's somehow she managed to hang on as long as she could. Maybe she knew something about Charles. I often wondered if she was wishing that Anne would have been, if it could have gone to Anne. Well, there she is, the High Priestess, though. She was very psychic. Very psychic. And it's genetic. I wonder which one. I'm wondering if it skipped a generation and it went to William. But we don't know. Like, we don't know really a lot about Zara or our other granddaughter. We don't know. Perhaps Anne has a bit of it, and she seems to know who and what to say when without without creating a kerfuffle like Andrew. I doubt Andrew has it. We know Charles is very spiritual. And I think Edward is a little bit spiritual too, but or is he spiritual or is he sensitive? Big difference. We know that Charles has investigated other religions and whatnot, and kind of has made his own kind of melding mash of them. Um, and there's a difference between being psychic and being spiritual as well. I think that I think Queen Elizabeth was both, but she held her position in such I don't want to say stern. I'm, you know what I mean? Like she didn't want to see it any fluffy anyhow, or she didn't want to. She wanted to make sure everybody had trust in her that none of this silly psychic stuff. And I think the cards are telling us, yeah, she was. But she shut it down. She shut it down. So I'm wondering if she knew that who Catherine was pregnant with was going to be a great queen one day, and she had to make sure that the line of succession changed. I wonder if she had regrets that it wasn't Anne who was queen. Not that she wished Charles wouldn't die, but I wonder if there's some parts of her that perhaps Charles was like, I really don't want this, Mom, can I give it to Anne? Right, because if Charles abdicated at that time or whatever, it would be Andrew would be the one. Andrew was the spare. All right, so there you go. There's a quick short reading. Was Queen Elizabeth psychic? I believe she was. I believe she was a big manifester. I believe it's genetic in the family. It's been passed down in the family. I believe her father helped her as a young girl, and then once she became queen, she just really shut that part of herself down. Did not allow the public to see it. Her public persona was somebody who wasn't very emotional. Stiff upper lip. That's what I was thinking of. Stiff upper lip. All right. Thank you very much for spending this time with me. YouTube's going to show you a video now. Perhaps you haven't seen. Why don't you click on it and I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Take good care. Bye for now.